In this session, we will see the different kind of tables that we can create in Hive. Hive tables can be created as external or internal, also known as managed tables. This is a choice that affects how Hive data is loaded, controlled, and managed. We can use external tables when the data is also used outside of Hive, or the data needs to remain in the underlying location even after a drop table, or if we want a custom location and when we are not creating a table based on an existing table. Otherwise, we can use an internal table when the data is temporary or we want Hive to completely manage the life cycle of the table and the data. We will walk through creating basic tables with a few rows of data so we can see some of the differences between external and internal tables. So to begin, we will create an internal table in Hive first. This is my command to create an internal table. Create table employee test, where my schema is ID, which is an integer, name, which is a string, and department, which is also a string. And the fields are delimited by comma. So by default, Hive creates an internal table. Now this table is created. Now we are going to see what this means in terms of storage. We have another session open here where we'll see that when Hive creates an internal table, it essentially creates this exact directory in Hive's internal warehouse location. So the warehouse location of Hive is user Hive warehouse. If we list out this directory, we will see that we have employee underscore test created under the warehouse directory. This name corresponds to the Hive table we just created. When it is an internal table, Hive by default will create this location, and whatever data that we load into this table will be physically kept in this location in HDFS. Now we will load some data into this table and see what happens in our HDFS directory. I have a local file called employee.txt which contains 3 columns. The first corresponds to the ID, the second corresponds to employee name, and the third column corresponds to the department. Now we are going to load this file into the Hive table. But before loading this file, we can see that this employee test directory is completely empty. We will execute the load data local in-path command and provide the path of the employee.txt file. Overwrite this data into the table employee test. So now the data has been loaded into employee test. What does this mean in terms of my HDFS storage? When we list out the contents of this directory, now we can see we have our file employee.txt inside the employee test location. When we display the contents of this file, we can see that the same contents of my local file has been loaded in this HDFS location. And we can also verify that the same data has been loaded into the Hive table. So this is how an internal table behaves. It creates a location which corresponds to the table name by default into the Hive warehouse directory, and it copies all the data that we load either locally or from any HDFS location into this internal location which Hive manages. Now we will see the most important feature that differentiates an internal table from an external table. We will delete the table employee_test. The table is now deleted. Now we will see what does this mean in terms of our HDFS storage. If we try to list out this directory, we can see that this directory does not exist in HDFS anymore. So essentially what this means is, whenever we delete an internal table from Hive, the corresponding location in HDFS also gets deleted. This is an important point to note, as we will see how this behavior changes when we create an external table. So now let's try to create an external table. When we want to create an external table, we need to provide this external keyword in front of table. We also need to append the location of the external table where the data needs to be picked up from. When we provide this location as any HDFS directory, Hive will only create the schema of the table, but it will not manage the life cycle of the data in this directory. So let us see how this works. We create the table first and we see that there is no data within this directory. We can verify that from the HDFS location also. When we try to list out the contents of this directory, we can see that it has no content. It is a completely empty directory. Hence, there is no data that is loaded in this employee test. How we can load data into an external table? We can do it the same way as an internal table by using the load data command. But in an external table, we can also directly put another file into the HDFS location and see how Hive automatically shows that data in the table. We use the put command to upload this employee.txt file into our HDFS location, which is mapped to our table employee test. So now when we list out the contents of this directory, we can see that we have the file employee.txt. When we select the contents of employee_test table, we can see that the same file data has been loaded into this table. This essentially means that the data is managed externally and the data creation happens lazily even after the table creation for an external table. This is useful when the data needs to be manipulated by other tools also along with Hive. As we noted previously, when we drop an internal Hive table, it deletes the data automatically. Now let's see what happens when we try to drop an external table. Now this table has been deleted in Hive. When we list out the contents of this location, we can still see the employee file exists in this directory. This means that the data is not removed when we execute the drop command for an external table. Alternately, let's see what happens when we have a table and we remove the data from the external HDFS location. So we create the table once more, but this time we remove the employee.txt file from our HDFS location. So we see this has been moved to trash. Now when we select from this table, we can see that no data exists because the file in the HDFS location has been deleted. But the table schema is untouched. So now we know what is the difference between a managed table and an external table in Hive and in which scenarios we need to use either of these. A managed table will move the data into the warehouse directory and on drop data is also removed. But for an external table, data is managed externally and it allows the lazy creation of data even after the table creation. And data is not removed when the table is dropped, and also vice versa, the table is unaffected when the actual data is removed from the HDFS location. This is useful when data has to be manipulated by any other tool apart from Hive.